evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mork's Madboyz, our Warhammer 40,000 Wrath and Glory campaign. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming, and we are back for episode 10 in the grim darkness of the far future. As always, be sure you give us a follow over on Facebook for all the latest news. Check us out on Spreaker, where we host the podcast, and check out our YouTube channel for video versions of all of our episodes. And if you want to help support the show in a financial way, think on stopping by the old Patreon. That's Dragon's Greed Gaming on Patreon. And you can throw a couple coins in the Dragon's Hoard, get yourself some cool rewards, cool benefits, and yeah, help us out and help us grow and help us make the channel bigger and better as always. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to our latest raving fan and Patreon member, Rafael. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, from Ireland. They were chatting this weekend, and he's been listening to our 40K goodness, so thanks, man. We appreciate it. I appreciate all the kind words. Said he's really enjoying things right now, so I hope we can continue to keep you entertained for a few hours a week. So welcome to the brood, as they say. What else? Matt will not be us tonight. Frogget. He had something else going on. I don't remember what it was, but he's not here, so it'll just be the other three players. And yeah, let's just get into it. So tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything exciting you've been up to for the week, or anything you're planning or hoping to see as we delve into whatever is on the planet down below. We'll start it off with the captain, the boss. Eric, what's going on, man?
Hey, good evening. I am Eric. I play Laktar, the commando turned war boss. Big boss. On my way to war boss, we'll see.
You technically are the war boss because you're in charge of the entire tribe. Your next step is to become warlord and lead, like, more than just a single tribe.
Okay.
Technically, I guess.
I guess we'll see how this plays out. Yeah. I think just looking to see what this system has in it, what the Inquisitor was after.
Yeah, okay. Rogue Trader, not Inquisitor.
Rogue Trader, that's right. Inquisitor is the last one. Kind of.
No Inquisitors yet. All right, cool. And then we have our resident doctor, Sean.
Yeah, it's me, Sean, playing Peppa MD. Boy, oh boy, he's excited to just get more patients and make super mech boys. That's his goal. Make a bunch of super Iron Man mech boys everywhere.
That's super mech boy to you.
That's the goal.
That's a good goal. It's important to have goals as an orc. You want to set them out for yourself. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. You know, climb my way up and then eventually have a cyborg army.
It's true. Your next stop is Mad Doc.
That'll be great.
Wonderful. Excellent. And finally, he's somewhere in a hotel, all the way from a magical hotel with hotel Wi-Fi. Our good friend, the Redbeard.
What up? Yeah, I'm in Horse Cave, Kentucky. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm Kyle. I will be playing Grave Squatcha, the burner boy who likes to burn shit. He's got a bird named Bernie.
Why are you in Kentucky?
I'm making my way back down to Florida.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got Pops in tow. So this is the first stop on the leg.
And how many days does it normally take you to get back?
I can get there with 2 driving days and 1 night in a hotel. But we're taking it easy this time.
I was gonna say, I figured like 2 to 4 days, depending how how long you stay in the car.
Yeah, might be a little bit of a mosey.
Yeah. My grandfather was a truck driver back in the day, so I
Okay.
hear stories. I mean, he was all like pretty much from like, especially when they lived here, it was like anywhere from like, Wisconsin down to Tennessee and Kentucky, up to like Ohio and Iowa. And he's driven down to Florida many, 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 many times. Says he had a boss that he worked for that was the head of a construction company, and when the boss died, his wife was still alive, and she took over the company, and my grandpa was like kind of her right hand man, and she had like a private jet, like one of the little ones that could fit like 8 to 12 people, and she had a place in Florida and then a place in Chicago. So when she would fly, he would drive her car back down to Florida, so she would have her car with her wherever she was living, and then she'd fly him back up on the private jet. So, and then he was like the groundskeeper for her. She had a really big property up in Michigan, like a private place. So, he'd go up there, make sure everything was okay, nobody was messing around, keep the roads and the woods clear when they had storms and stuff like that. So yeah, he like pretty much worked for the same family almost his entire career. It was pretty crazy.
God damn.
Yeah, I got to go to their place once up in Michigan. It was like in the middle of nowhere, just go down a path in the woods and drive for a while, and just nothing but trees. So it was like if a storm came through, the trees would just fall and block the road. So he'd go out there with his brother and they'd clear it out. And yeah, so he pretty much just did that after all the truck driving and construction. So very familiar with some of that travel stuff. So cool. Well, what else? Well, I'm the Great Unclean One. I'm your host. What's been going on? Well, it's been a sad week as we lost Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. And I think for many of our listeners and players here, we're in that age group where we probably saw a couple episodes at least of the animated series or Batman Beyond or some of the other movies. So that's pretty sad. And then to just dump it on even more, Gallagher died. If you're too young to know who that is, he was a comedian with the sledgehammer, always smashing melons with the sledge-o-matic. So that kind of sucks too, because he was kind of funny. Enjoyed his stuff. So, and he didn't give a fuck, man. He kept his stuff raunchy, and even in this day and age. So I can appreciate that. So kind of sad. But what else? So yeah, we're gonna miss them. But good stuff. Got Duncan Rhodes paints this week from his Kickstarter. If you don't know who Duncan Rhodes is, he was basically the face and voice of Games Workshop for a while when they really started getting into videos and social media and kind of turning over a new leaf. And he used to do all their painting guides. And when he left the company, for whatever reason, I've heard lots of stories, but I don't know the truth, so I won't speculate. But after he left, he decided to make his own YouTube channel called Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. And then he released a Kickstarter with his own brand of paints. So I'm starting to dabble with those. We're going to try them out and see how that is. Maybe work on some Game of Thrones miniature stuff. And I finished some zombies for Resident Evil 2. So getting ready now to start working on some of this Chaos stuff for next year. And Sean, myself, and Eric did a little test recording today for our video Tale of Gamers that we're going to be doing next year, so stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when it's going to premiere yet, but we're going to start recording in January, so we'll have real video content for you listeners on the YouTube channel sometime next year, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot to say. Oh, Sean, I only have 2 things left to unlock in Back 4 Blood. And it's finally done.
You can finally put it away. Never to play it again.
No, because they added all the achievements for the next expansion into Steam this week.
Oh, so it's coming out soon.
Yeah, and it's December. It's coming out. And you know what? Unlike last time where all the achievements were secret, they actually tell you what they are this time around. So now they're taunting me taunting me to
Bet you won't play it again, huh?
100% the game. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Well,
definitely burned out on it right now, so I've been playing a lot of Command and Conquer Remaster. I finished the Allies campaign in Red Alert, and now we're gonna do some Tiberian Dawn since Red Alert is done for now. So we're saving the Brotherhood and Nod for last, so I can enjoy the memory lane with Prophet Kane. It's gonna be so good, so good. Yeah, so that's about it. Had a week in hell at work, so we're not gonna talk about that. It was pretty fucking terrible. So I'm glad to be here and glad to get started. So why don't we take a stroll down what we did last week and we'll get to it. So last we left, the boys had traveled to the planet of Thentros, a feral world in the Virgo system here. And it was here, well, during that journey, about a week or two after they had departed the moon of Capra, one of the shuttles on the ship was stolen by the rogue Psyker, the remaining member of the Rogue Traders' inner circle, along with a bunch of the Ogrins, including the Ogrin Bonehead, and the Eldar Corsair, Athanil, and a few of his people. Fortunately, they were able to escape, and you were not able to stop them, so you do not know where they have gone or what they are up to. But you didn't really care too much. You headed on your merry way, crashing through an asteroid field. I think the ship took a little bit of damage, but not much. And then you guys putted your way to the orbit of Thentros, where you encountered two starships of the Imperial Navy, two frigate-class ships, and you decided it was time to bust out the starship rules. And so we had a bit long, a bit drawn out, but we had a cool starship fight, and you guys managed to ram, board, and capture one of the two vessels. And once that happened, the other one took off and fled. So you now have the beginnings of a fleet, as you have captured the Purging Fury, a Tempest-class Imperial frigate armed with macro batteries on its dorsal side. It has been decided before the show that Dr. Peppa is going to be the captain of said ship, and we also rolled for the growth of the tribe. So I've made some cool, goofy rules here to represent as the tribe grows. And we basically rolled a bunch of dice, and the tribe, basically every week the players will roll, Eric will roll as captain to see how large the tribe expands. Because if you're unfamiliar with orcs in 40k, it is widely believed that they are some sort of fungus, and that they actually grow out of the ground, tended to by the Grots and the Gretchen. And as orcs and greenskins live, they shed spores throughout their lives, and these spores eventually grow into more orcs. And if an orc dies, they release a tremendous amount of spores upon the time of death. So even if you wipe out an orc tribe, odds are that that tribe will be back in a few decades. And unless you exterminatus or completely purge or destroy a planet, you're probably not getting rid of the greenskin menace. So that is the same idea here. As more orcs pop up, more will grow. As you guys continue your exploits, more orcs will hear about it, and they will join the ranks coming from all corners of the system. So the tribe has swelled from about 985 orcs to over 3,200 in the 5 weeks that you guys have been traveling. Still a paltry number compared to the max amount of crew you can have on your ship, which is 65,000, and I think it's about 20,000 for the Purging Fury. So got a long way to go to fill those up with orcs, but you've got a really decent fighting force starting to take shape here. So your ship's a little banged up. You took some damage from that last fight. The crew and morale could be better, but it's not. You're not in danger of suffering any ill effects yet. The Purging Fury, on the other hand, did take some damage to all of those things. But the ship is yours, and it is under your control. The last thing I just want to point out before we start, I think that's everything we did last week. Does anybody have any questions before I move on?
Do we need to change our objectives?
Oh, yes, we're supposed to roll that before. So yeah, we'll do that in a second here. I just want to point out for all of my players, if you go to the Starship Rules journal entry, I did update this with... the rules for torpedoes are actually in here now. And I cleared up all the different actions that you can take and things like that. Well, not all of them, but some of them. And what else did I fix? Oh, I added the rules for how you can restore crew and morale. There's a couple different actions you can take, or when you are, stationed in orbit, there's ways to do that. Obviously as orcs, it might be hard to hire crew because you can't just necessarily go to an Imperial port and start to pay to get more people like you could in Rogue Trader. But if that chance comes up, I put the rules here anyway. But I also added a few things for other ways that you as orcs can increase your tribe growth and your morale.
Neat. I like it.
Might need to go back to the crew growth because I realize with the way this works, you're already be a max crew population again, which seems a little too good. But other than that, yeah, that's where we're at. So, why don't we roll for objectives? Let the players know what you got, and then we can get started.
All right. Peppa got cause an unnecessary but helpful explosion. Love it.
Damn, where's that chart again?
The compendium tables.
Compendium.
Or the rollable tables. Right next to the card stacks.
Rollable table.
Yeah.
Oh, so I get to do whatever.
Mork or possibly Gork has blessed you. Choose any result from this table. Nice. And Lockhart?
Apply the cunning of the orc god Mork to a situation.
That's fitting for a blood axe.
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you think you're going to pick for tonight?
Start a fight.
Start a fight. Okay. Be sure you guys reset your wrath to 2. Also, when I was updating our ship rules, I discovered a rule that I was unaware of. Every time your ship takes a point of hull damage, you also lose 1 crew population and 1 point of morale. Which makes sense. Your ship is being blown up and people are probably dying in those explosions. And as people are dying, your people are probably getting disheartened that they're dying. So, makes sense.
Kind of cowardly of them, but okay.
Yeah, good on you, Fantasy Flight. Okay, so you are in orbit above the planet Thentros, a feral world that is rather toxic to regular life out on the surface, but there are several large world-spanning canyons where the atmosphere is much more breathable and not deadly, and all important sources of water are to be found in underground caves. The surface of the planet is basically a barren wasteland, but within these canyons, it is more like a lush jungle paradise. Steamy, hot, wet, humid, and filled with all sorts of indigenous life. And apparently, humans, feral humans in some sort of between Bronze to Stone Age level of industry. And it apparently, according to your ship logs, the local Imperial Guard regiment often comes here to replenish their ranks and bring people into the fold. So, with that in mind, what are the boys going to be up to tonight?
I think we talked about like the main squad going down in a cruiser or like a ship and surveying to find the best area to just get stuck in, right?
Yeah, you tried scanning from orbit, and that didn't work out too well. Other than identifying where these canyons are, that's about all you were able to detect.
Yeah, so I think we wanted to send a smaller ship to kind of survey to find a landing zone big enough for our new transport.
Okay, well, we can assume that the group of you will pile up, perhaps with, a squad of boys, basically, because you just one of your regular shuttles. The old shuttle you used to go down in your missions on, we'll say. Okay. Who is piloting?
I guess I can.
Can have Head Hack a pilot too if you want.
Oh yeah, let's have Head Hack do it.
Okay, so he hops in the pilot seat. Perhaps Peppa's in the co-pilot seat, and you guys take off. You can bring one assault weapon with you in your squad. Do you want to have a big shooter boy or a burner boy? I think those are your options, right?
Yeah, that's what you had written. Yeah.
Okay.
Do big shooter. We have our own burner.
Sounds good. Okay. So we'll just assume you have a squad of 10 orcs with you, and one of them has a big shooter. Do you take slugger boys or shooter boys or a mix?
Like 5 and 5 would make sense.
Yeah, 5 slugger and 4 shooters and the big shooter.
Yeah.
That's very tactical of you. I like that. You're really playing into that Blood Axe Commando theme. I like that. So you guys head down, eventually breaking through orbit and getting into the atmosphere of this planet. Initially, as you're just kind of moving towards the blasted landscapes, you can see that it is kind of just a desolate, kind of brownish, yellowish desert color. It's a little hilly, almost like sand dunes, but a lot of the ground is cracked, scorched, and broken. Very dry, and the air is thick and heavy. You can tell even just looking through the viewports on your shuttle. There's a coloration. You can tell it's almost like a fog or a mist that hangs over these open areas. And there's very little to see out here. There's not really even mountain ranges. It's very much like Mad Max. It's just flat, open, blasted wasteland as far as the eye can see. As you are approaching the planet and you get closer, I think it was determined that there are 7 of these massive world-spanning canyons. So, what exactly do you guys do once you're making your way around the planet? Where are you heading? What are you doing?
I think we were just gonna find just one of the chasms population centers to raid and find supplies.
Okay.
Yeah, just one that had like somewhere the big shuttle could land.
Okay.
So I thought for some reason we couldn't land it for some reason.
Well, you haven't checked. You're guessing because it's jungle, you're gonna have to find a spot that could fit your big dropship. So, okay. Well, you guys make your way towards one of the 7 massive canyons. Eventually, as you get overhead, it's like a whole nother world opens up below you as you can actually see the lush, vibrant green of plant life and, well, life in general. If any of you would like to make me a... you guys can scan with your shuttle. That's going to be I think it's detection roll. Let me just check here. Investigation plus detection. You'll get +1 detection from this. The systems on the ship. Extra shifts will give you can either increase how far you scan or give you more information.
So we'll just roll an investigation +1?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Peppa will scan.
Makes sense. You're in the co-pilot seat. Oh, I see a couple 6s.
Yeah.
Ooh, a critical.
Nice.
Good way to start the night.
Yeah. So I need to shift for, I guess, more information.
You can shift for information and or distance on your scan.
We'll do both.
We'll say with your particular shuttle, it'd probably take about 3 shifts to scan the entire canyon in one go.
I don't have enough shifts.
So basically, we'll say each shift is about a third of the canyon. So with one success here, with a success, you'll scan 1/3 of it. If you were to burn both of them, you could scan the whole canyon, or you can try to get more details on what you do scan.
Oh, then I'll just do both of them towards scanning the whole canyon.
Okay. So it takes a few minutes. It is miles and miles and miles. I mean, think Grand Canyon, but like the size of the United States. It's huge. And you do detect life forms pretty much throughout this canyon. Some of them are obviously indigenous. Some of them are fauna and creatures. But you do find one population center, you think. Basically, the canyon, it looks like on the outside of the canyon, so where the canyon wall meets the floor, it's rocky cliff faces. And you can tell that throughout the entire canyon, there are many, many cave entrances that go into underground caves and tunnels and things. You guys know from your ship logs that is where the logs say that most of the humans actually live, because that's where the sources of water are. The other thing that you can tell is that most of the open area of the canyon is trees and jungle. Massive trees that are probably miles tall, like skyscrapers and bigger. You can't tell much beneath the jungle canopy. However, you do find 3 suitable places. Basically find one place in each third of the canyon where you think you could fit your shuttle. But you can't really find more than that. You don't find anything specific, just generalities.
Sure. Well, I will relay that to the boss.
And let's do a roll here. Oh, you did have a critical, though. Okay. 1 second. Sean, pick a number between 1 and 7.
Okay, well, it'll be 7 because that's the closest to 6.9.
Okay. You don't really detect anything special out here, but with your critical, you are able to pick up what you and Headhack are able to identify as basically the emissions of another ship, but it looks like it's long gone and not anywhere near this canyon. It looks like it's still probably on planet, as far as you can tell with the readings. You know, it's kind of like picking up it's like gas trail or emissions trail, basically, for lack of a better term. Looks like it might have been here or maybe flew over and was heading somewhere else.
Would there be a way to like track it?
Yes, now that you found it, yes.
Yeah, if we could do that, that might be good.
All right. Give me another investigation, or you can do awareness. Both of them can be at +1 from your ship's sensors.
Okay. 5 successes, 1 shift.
Okay. So, you are able to easily pick this up. Looks like it was here rather recently. And you eventually follow it to another one of the canyons on the planet. And eventually, your ship is picking up the signs of another vessel, and it seems to have landed somewhere in the canyon.
If I shift for more information, could we get a better idea of where it is?
Yes.
I will do that.
Okay. So you are able to track exactly the area that it appears to have landed, and you can tell that it is an Imperial type dropship or shuttle. And the signatures of the ship indicate that it comes from the other ship you fought in orbit, the Iron Gladius. It's one of their dropships.
Rip. All right. Nice. So, you would relay that to the boss and the team. So, boss, what do you want to do?
We need to stop this ship. I don't want anything getting off planet that can give us away.
Yeah.
We's just about to start our fun. Do we have communications back to our ship?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna communicate to our ship.
Okay.
Did I leave any? I guess I would leave. I left one of the mechs in charge, I would think.
I mean, to be honest, Mulgrim would probably be your acting commander because he's like the most senior orc. I mean, Shorskar's not really a leader so much as he's kind of like a guide. If you asked him to be in charge, he probably would, but that's just, he kind of tends to just watch stuff from the sidelines.
Okay.
So if someone had to make a decision, you'd guess Mulgrim would probably step up to it.
Okay. Oi, Mulgrim. That ship might still be in orbit. They send scouts down here. We're gonna take care of it, but watch your back.
He says, all right, we'll do some scans up here. It's like, there ain't nothing up here. It's just those 2 ships. They probably dropped someone off. Maybe they got cut off.
We're gonna stop them here. You see anything, you let me know.
All right.
All right, boys. Let's get locked and
Rumble?
loaded. Ready to rumble. Could we land? Let's land a little bit off the distance so they don't see us coming.
Good thing, boss.
All right. Sean, give me another investigation or awareness. Try to find a suitable landing site. Another critical. Ooh, nicely done.
Yeah. And then 1 shift possible. That would put me from 6 down to 4, so that would be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll shift for, I guess, efficiency.
All right. You find a suitable place that you can fit your dropship and land. You're thinking you might be about, at most, a mile away from the other ship. The jungle's pretty dense. Landing spots are few and far in between. But you guys do find one, probably within a mile to half a mile from where they landed.
Do we notice if there's any, during any of the scans, like, how much life is in the area?
I mean, especially as you're flying around, you're seeing, avian creatures flying away from you guys and leaving, all very alien in their appearance, but basically birds, some sort of xenobird. Nothing terribly, but the biggest thing you see might be like maybe the size of a horse. There's nothing like massive though, like nothing like the size of your ship or anything like that.
No megafauna.
Not yet. No.
Yeah, so I'll park her down, or Hedaka will park her down.
Okay. Yeah, he'll do that. He doesn't have to make any sort of test. It's pretty straightforward here. Although you guys are probably trying to be sneaky, so I'm going to make him take a piloting test to try to keep you guys on the low profile here.
I will assist him.
Oh, look at that. Another critical.
Damn boys.
And 2 shifts. Okay. So Headhacka pilots this thing almost perfectly, and it's almost like the clearing in the trees was the perfect size for your dropship to fit. And you guys land. I mean, he uses bare minimum power of the engines, almost cutting them completely to make you guys land. So you have a rather silent landing for orcs. Very, very impressive.
Did you say we're on a hill, Chris? Are we a silent hill?
No, definitely not. There's no hill.
But we can't have the high ground.
No, you guys, so you guys land. I mean, it takes a couple seconds to get to the ground past these trees. Actually, probably even more than that, maybe about 20, 30 seconds. I mean, you go past a tree that's like the size of the fucking Empire State Building. That's how big some of these trees are. So it takes you a while to actually get through the treetops and then or through the canopy and then get to the ground. When you do, you find yourselves in, the thick, somewhat dark undergrowth of a jungle. The sun is coming through where you guys land because you have a clearing, which you can see as you go further into the jungle. It's, the classic where there's just little beams of sunlight here and there coming through the branches and the foliage.
All right, let's head out.
Yeah. Okay, I assume you are trying to make your way towards where the other ship is at?
Yeah, we make our way to the ship first.
Okay.
Probably be sneaky.
All right. Well, I am going to need a survival check to navigate your way there, and I'm going to need a stealth check to remain quiet. If you want, you can designate one person to do one test and one to do another, and then other people can assist. We'll do like a group roll here.
I'm not trained in either, boys.
I mean,
Which
I
test
got
are these?
Stealth or survival?
Headhacka's going to stay with the ship to make sure nobody ganks it.
Sure.
I got 4 in both.
Okay, I got stealth for sure.
All right.
So I'll do survival.
I got 4. I have 4 as well. It's survival.
Okay. Does it need to be one person does one does the other?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
If I'm not trained in it, can I still aid? No.
I don't know.
Help me survive.
I forget what's aiding even do in this game. I forget.
Does it give you +1 dice?
Extra die.
I thought it did, but it's
Yeah.
been... Well, that's why we've got rulebooks.
We could just say.
It just gives you a full exalted icon, just a free 6. Easy.
Obviously.
You get a shift.
Can Can you also jump 35 meters straight into the air?
Yes, my vertical is 35 meters.
Oh, okay. Makes total sense.
And the gravity in the caverns is fine, so there's no fall damage.
That's what you gotta watch out for, is that fall damage.
You can jump 35 meters in the air, but you're going to take 35 meters worth of fall damage.
Dude, when that goblin fell over last night, I saw his life flash before my eyes. This
Yeah.
fucker's dead.
Somehow he passed.
He's falling off a giant spider, off of a tree, off of a small, hill. He's dead. He's basically dead. Aid? Assist? Let's see. Aim? Assail? Assault?
Help? Is help a thing?
Ooh, that's a good one. Help! 169! Nice.
Nice.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
Help! You can use a skill or attribute to help someone else succeed on a test. Say what you're doing to help and what attribute or skill you are using. If the GM agrees, grab a number of dice equal to your attribute or skill rating. Your ally can use those dice as a bonus on their test. What?
Yeah, that seems really strong.
We should have been using that all along.
That seems overly complicated too, but
We could
But
cap it.
Does it? Yeah, that's a good point. Does it say
You
that
could,
you
like,
have to be
cap it one
trained in
per-
it?
no, but you have to explain how you're actually helping, so it has to make sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, we could cap it at like 1 per session or something.
Well, my explanation would be that I was the one who scanned the entire canyon, so I have a pretty good idea of where we need to go.
Yeah, that's fine. What skill do you want to use?
Awareness?
Okay. I'll tell you what, to keep the dice pools from being out of control, we'll just use attributes, not skills. So whatever attribute awareness uses, he can have those as bonus dice.
Intellect. So that would be 4.
Yeah, they're still pretty good.
Yeah,
So survival, and then I get 4 added bonus dice.
Correct.
Oh, okay, please.
Yes, please.
Let us survive.
Yuck.
This is only DN3, by the way.
Another critical, boys.
Wow, you guys got 4 glory already.
4
Okay.
criticals in a row. Just.
Yeah, you figure out the path really easily, helping hack the way, or perhaps even burning some of the things out of your path. And yeah, you seem to be doing fairly well at this.
You better be burning that stuff stealthily.
He's got a silencer on his flamethrower.
Yeah.
Okay.
It burns real quiet, like. What can I shift to?
I mean, it's a skill test. You can shift to speed, quality, extra information, that kind of stuff.
Could I do it so that it's like I'll even use my choppa if it's like more stealthy?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we'll do 1 to stealthy, and then the other one will go to glory. So we're maxed out, right? It goes up to 5.
It's number of players plus 2. Yes, so 5 tonight.
Okay, so we're maxed out, boys.
Yeah, we're so good at this game.
Go ahead and dip in.
You really are. It's unprecedented glory manufacturing going on right now.
Yeah. So Scorcher's got his double choppas out, and he's just very quietly.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're able to do that with little to no problem. So, yeah, it appears that he's quite good at this. It's like he was meant to be a guide in a jungle. And you guys are finding your path very easily. Eric, would you please do the
Stealth test.
stealth test? Thank you.
I can.
I hate when you're trying to download stuff and you think it's an image, but it turns out to be a fucking web file, and you can't actually download it. Really grinds my gears.
Sheesh.
I ruined the critical streak.
Oh, get
But
out.
you got 10 successes.
Jesus. Some war boss you are.
Lead by example. There's fucking 10 successes over here.
Wow.
Fades into the darkness in broad daylight.
There's one shadow and he finds it and he's gone. Okay, yeah, so you and Grave Scorcha lead the way, and the rest of the boys fall in, and it seems that they are picking up your stealthy habits, much to your satisfaction. And they are quiet. They are not doing the usual ruckus and bickering or joking and arguing. They all seem pretty focused right now. And you guys creep on for, probably with the terrain, maybe a good 10, 20 minutes. You're going fairly efficiently with Grave Scorcher leading the way. But still, you're trying to be quiet, so you can't just move at a full-out, sprint or anything like that. Eventually, what you find is there is a clearing up ahead of you. Near or in the clearing, you can see the Imperial dropship that has landed. Probably a size up from a Valkyrie. So maybe, yeah, it would definitely be a size up from a Valkyrie because it needs to fit more than a squad. So, maybe not quite as big as what you guys have, that you've had Mulgrim make, but still fairly good. You can see setting up around this shuttle, there is a squad of Imperial Guardsmen, and it appears that they are setting up perhaps some sort of defensive position or to maybe make camp for the day. And you can see beyond them, they've landed somewhat near not one of the canyon walls. You're actually within the center of the canyon, but you do see there's a rocky outcropping, and it looks like there is a cave entrance that leads into that. There's probably some sort of tunnel or cave back there, and that's where they have landed.
And can we tell if they're just setting up like a normal camp, or it looks like they're setting up preparing for the fight?
To you, it looks like they're setting up a camp, not necessarily to fight. I should also probably tell you a little bit about these guardsmen. So just a moment while I pull up my notes. I don't want to get any of these details wrong. So what you see are guardsmen that are wearing the quote-unquote standard guardsman armor and fatigues like a soldier of Cadia would. So they've got the fatigues that make up their pants. They've got a pair of combat boots, and then they've got basically like the jacket fatigue that covers the torso. And then they've got flak armor, which in the case of kind of the Cadian style armor, actually I've got a picture here I can show you guys. It covers, they've got two shoulder plates, just very round, simple shoulder plates. They've got armor that covers the chest from probably about the waist up to the neck, front and back. They've each got a helmet that's a little bit more, it's kind of like almost like a motorcycle helmet that doesn't have a visor. It covers the sides of the head and the crown of the head. It's got a little lip on it. And then it looks like they've also, some of them have either like armor, a little armor padding on the elbows or on the knees, and maybe on the shins, with maybe a couple grenades or so on their belt, extra thing of ammunition, probably for their las guns. And it looks like for the most of them are equipped with standard las gun. This is what a typical soldier would look like. However, they are not Cadians. Not that you guys know this necessarily, but they are not in the green and brown-ish colors of Cadia. The fatigues are kind of a bluish-gray color, almost like shadow gray for our Citadel paint fans out there. And the armor plates are like an off-white. Not pure white, not bone, but, kind of like a pale off-white color. The one thing... Actually, all of you can make me an awareness test here. It's going to be DN3, by the way.
Peppa got 4 successes.
It's a no for Scorcha.
Oh no.
What happened?
Complication.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, did you pass or did you fail?
Pass.
Okay. So for those of you that pass, you notice that all of their las guns have scopes on them. Now, they're not sniper rifles. They're not like las rifles. They're regular las guns, but unlike a standard trooper, they actually do have scopes on them. And you can see that the lens on these rifles looks very high quality. They shine in the sunlight, and they seem, it's a minuscule thing you can see from here, but it instantly sticks out from the rest of their armor and equipment. Unfortunately, well, go ahead and roll your complication. Let's see what the game has to say. If not, I know what's going to happen here.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. What mechanical gear do you have on you, Eric?
Oh, like nothing. Refractor field.
Okay. Are any of your weapons mechanical in any way? Do you have any guns?
I have a slugger shooter, stick bombs, and my sword and choppa.
You're carrying a slugger and a
I have
shooter?
survival kit.
You crazy bastard. Okay.
That's what my character comes with.
Okay, Arnold. Just gear up for war over here. He's got a gun, another gun, a side gun, just in case the first gun doesn't work.
Literally.
Yeah.
2 swords,
Here for it.
I dig it. That's okay. I dig it. It's fair. Okay. Let me see here. I have too many folders open, as usual. Okay. So, as you're looking around, Loktar, you can tell one of the soldiers is looking in your direction. Now, they're too far away to hear what they might be saying, but you see him kind of tap the other guy, like with the back of his hand, like against the guy's chest, and he kind of nods, motions his head, like he kind of jerks his head in your general direction. And you see the other guy puts his hand over his eyes, like he's trying to block out the sun and look in your direction, and he kind of shrugs. But the other guy seems to like indicate something, and he starts creeping forward in your direction. He's got his gun like at the ready, like kind of pointed down at the ground, like he's maybe expecting something. But it's clear that he saw or heard something, and he's making his way in your direction. But you don't think he actually sees you, because he's moving slowly, and he's clearly looking around. And you see the other guy kind of shrugs, and maybe after the guy gets about 20 feet away, he looks over his shoulder at the guy, and the other guy shrugs and starts to follow him. You can tell that guy's kind of looking around, but he doesn't seem as interested or maybe convinced.
Can I make another stealth test to kind of like disappear?
Sure.
Try and come around the other side or something.
Okay, yeah. This is going to be opposed, obviously.
Okay.
So go for it. Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. I rolled the wrong guy. That guy's got a lot of dice for this. That doesn't make sense. All right, hold on. Let me delete that. Okay, that seems more reasonable.
You might want to wrap that.
I'm gonna wrath mine.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, because it is number of successes versus each other, so...
Here we go.
All right. How many you got, Eric?
8 with a shift.
Okay. Well, that was good, because I initially had 4 successes, so you would have lost the first one. I did score a critical, though, so I did gain a point of ruin. I'll let you know that. You guys can see, though, my ruin went up, so... Okay, so this guy makes his way basically to the tree line, and Loktar, you slink away into the darkness, barely making any noise. And these two guys, the one guy gets to the tree line and starts looking around, and even like using the end of his rifle to kind of push some of the foliage out of the way. The other guy is about 10, 15 feet away, and he's looking around, but he's kind of looking back towards the camp. And then you hear the one who's searching. He goes, I'm telling you, I saw something. Something flashed. Something shiny. There's something out here. It's like, man, there ain't nothing out here, all right? We're the only ones. And he's like, yeah. He's like, what if it could be the greenskins? They could have come down, you know? And he's like, we got enough things to worry about than them chasing us, you know? He's like, you really think they left us? And he's like, yeah, you heard it on the Sarge's Vox. Yeah. We're on our own, man. And the other guy says, we're on our own and you want to go poking around. He's like, if there aren't any greenskins out here, we should stay with the rest of the squad.
Yep.
And this kind of goes on for maybe a minute or two. Do you do anything?
Okay, so
It's clear they don't know where you're at, and they didn't notice you walk away. Okay. Or slink away, I should say.
So I do have the silence talent. So I can move at full speed when I'm moving stealthily. So I'm trying to like get behind them during that time.
Well, you can't get behind them unless you want to go into the open, because it's clearing beyond them. You know, and they're at the edge. This guy's not actually coming into the woods, but he's kind of just checking maybe just a few feet in the tree line just to see what he thinks he saw.
Okay. And there's 2 of them?
Yes. Yeah, the rest of the squad's back by the ship. I mean, if they can all see each other from where they are, but it doesn't seem like any of them are really paying attention to these 2 guys.
But if they were to like yell out, that's
yeah, you're definitely in shouting distance. Yeah. All of you, for those of you that passed the awareness test earlier, the other thing you notice, there's clearly one guy who's like a sergeant. You see that he's got, you know, like a sword or a chainsword or something like that, where the rest of these guys just have their guns, and then he's got a pistol. You notice there's one guy with a Vox. He's got the classic Vox backpack on. And you see there is one guy with a grenade launcher. And you see there are 2 guys that have set up a tripod with a autocannon. Clearly trying to get some defensive position. Kind of in the back, like beyond the dropship, using the dropship as a little bit of cover, but also trying to get the biggest line of fire that they can. The rest have las guns and are milling about, setting up tents and, you know, getting a fire ready, things like that. So what would you like to do, Eric?
I am thinking. So, my other talent is Eliminator.
Mm-hmm.
That says when you have a stealth score and you attack an enemy that is unaware of you, you may add your stealth score as ED. Is my stealth
damn.
score?
What's your stealth score?
Is it? I'm asking. Is it 8 or like is it what I rolled just now? Is that what my score is?
Oh, that's.
Or is it my stat? I don't.
Let's
I
see.
don't.
Dice pool.
It says it lets me click on it, but it goes to a blank page under range movement. It like opens.
Yeah,
up
but
a
look, there's.
blank.
Oh, maybe because you don't have access to that folder, but there's this thing that says stealth score here. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
You can make a stealth test as a combat action. Whenever you do this, or whenever the GM calls for a stealth test, write down the number of icons you roll. This is your stealth score for the scene. Whenever another character uses their passive awareness or makes an awareness test, they use your stealth score for the DN of their test. If the enemy discovers you, you lose your stealth score for the scene. You can't roll stealth again until the next scene is dictated by the GM. This means that you can't hide, and you may need to confront or run from whatever you're trying to avoid. Your stealth score can be decreased through various actions and is ultimately adjudicated by the GM. They can award you bonuses to your score or enemy's awareness based on light sources, terrain, or other circumstances. So it's a little mini game here. Below is a guideline. Okay. So, for example, if you're whispering while you're in stealth, you would get a -1 to your score. If you were to fire a weapon or trigger an explosive, you would have a -6 to your score. So what was the score on your stealth test? How many successes did you have?
8 successes.
So your stealth score is 8 right now.
Okay.
It is under the range. It's under the combat range and movement journal entry.
Okay, yeah, that. So it opens up the range and movement page, but that page is blank for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, what was the question? Your talent does something, right?
So my talent gives my stealth score to my ED.
Oh
So
my
my
god.
stealth is 8.
Your ED would be +8 on top of all your other shit.
Yeah, whenever you're rolling that extra damage
so
die.
it's like this game's version of a rogue sneak attack, basically.
Yeah.
That's really good though.
But there's no
It's
way.
cool
to
though,
look
'cause
like-
it's based on your stealth, so like the more stealthy you are, the better it is. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. Do you have a weapon with
So,
a
like,
brutal trait?
I could probably.
I mean,
I could. Probably,
you could
I
attack
do.
one of these guys. They're totally unaware of you. But of course, if you do that, it's gonna odds
be
are
alerted.
they're gonna be alerted. Yeah.
So I gotta decide whether or not I'm starting this combat.
Yeah. Basically.
So it looks like they're getting ready to like bunker down for the night.
I mean, yeah, it's it's probably in Earth time. It's probably around like 5 or 6. So there's still sunlight, but the sun is gonna start setting soon.
I'm going to sneak back to the boys.
Okay. All right. Let me make another test for them because you are moving again. So I'll see if they notice you. Doesn't seem like they notice you at all. You sure you just don't want to fucking delete one of these guys? Just
Oh,
With
I do.
35 damage.
he just explodes. Like
Does your boss killer have the brutal trait?
It does.
Oh,
Oh
my
my God.
god.
Any weapon that I wield. Every melee. Every
You
melee
fucking,
weapon,
like-
including unarmed.
it's just
Fine.
like toughness 3, 1 wound guardsman hit by like a las cannon directly. Just
All right, Eric.
If I had dual wield, I could like take them both out at the same time.
That would be pretty cool.
that would be sick.
You've got a bunch of essentially human soldiers in a forest and there's a semi-invisible monster stalking them with the... You're basically Predator.
Oh, love it.
Just, just start shanking them. Yeah.
How big did the landing party look like that was setting up camp? Did we notice that?
It's a squad of 10 guardsmen.
10 guardsmen.
Grenade launcher, an autocannon, a Vox, a sergeant.
Okay. Alright, boys. We need kids around to the side. Hit them when they're least expecting it.
All right.
I'll do it.
Let's set up. Half the boys on either side. Put the big shooter on one. Scorcha, you with your burner on the other. Close in on them.
All right. I'll go with the big shooter as well.
Yeah, Scorcher would nod and go with the other burner.
All right. Well, why don't we take our break before we start this, because we're almost at our break time anyway. I know it's a few minutes early, but let's do that, and then we can let all hell break loose.
Cool.
All right, grab some Dr. Pepper, and we shall return.
All right. BRB, boys.
All right, so we are back. These two guardsmen seem to finish looking around and start heading back to regroup with the others. What is your plan at this point now that you've regrouped with the others, Loktar?
Half the boys go around that side. The other half stays here. Gorcha, you're staying with me. Big Shooter, you're going with
Okay, so you're leaving the rest of the orcs behind then? Is that what you're doing? And
No.
just taking the big shooter with you, or?
No, so we're doing half the boys on one side, half the boys on the other, going around the other. We're gonna kind of like pinch them in.
So
Okay.
the 4 shooter boys and the big shooter with me, and the rest of them punchy boys with you two.
Yep.
UG.
Okay, so you're trying to come from opposite sides, basically?
Not fully opposite sides because I don't want to get shot by a shooter.
Okay.
Sort of like
So
a V pincer.
I'm not gonna walk into the shooter fire.
So, no, but I think I get what you're saying. Oh, you'll just have to see the map, but okay. Is the melee squad taking the left or right hand side of the V?
Say left.
Okay. All right. And how long do you guys wait before you attack?
Are we waiting until nightfall, or do we want to just go hard immediately?
Probably not wait till nightfall. Maybe an hour to get into position.
Right. I will need each group then to give me another stealth test. Well, I guess Eric, you don't have to because if we're going to use those rules for those stuff. So Peppa, I'll need you or one of the boys to make a stealth test for your group.
Okay. Let me see.
My guess is you have better stealth than the regular guys, but I don't know for sure.
I would assume. But where is the tribe's rules? Is it going to be actors?
Actors,
The tribe.
NP, the tribe, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Can one of them help me, though?
Yes.
Okay. Sicko. What is their attribute? Agility, too. King shit. All right. Let's do this, boys. So, Peppa. Or
Okay.
I will re-roll just to get a slightly higher one. 7.
Oh, wow. Nicely done.
Nice.
And you know what? Just to throw fuel on the fire, we'll throw a glory in. Since we're at max. 8.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at this fucking guy. He thinks he's so cool.
The coolest.
Thinks he's a commando or something.
I'm learning from the boss. Give me a break.
Well, I am gonna burn a point of ruin
Oh shit.
to see if they detect you. We have 6 successes, and with the ruin, wait, does it show? I used the ruin, but it didn't, it doesn't show it in the chat log.
It shows us 2 rolls, but they're both hidden.
No, the first one was for the basic guys, the other one was for the sergeant, because he's got different stats. So I used it on the sergeant, and it burned my ruin, but it doesn't show the reroll like it did there. And if I right-click on his test, I can't re-roll. But if I right-click on the guardsman, I can. I wasn't paying attention to what the dice said. Okay, I'm just going to do it on the guardsman, and then I'll just keep checking what the actual dice roll here. Oh, that's not going to matter, because they have a different dice pool. Oh, fuck. Okay. He had 3 dice he can re-roll, so I'll just roll 3d6 then. And this will go back down to 4. Alright, and what was your total score, Eric? 10?
No, I think mine was 8 too. Oh, my second one with the guys was 8. Yeah, my original was 10.
All right, so it was 8. Okay. Well, after burning the reroll, the sergeant has 9 successes. So, as you guys are approaching, he definitely hears something, and he orders, the squad. He says, "What's that?" At attention. They start to take up arms, and doesn't seem like he can see you guys, but he definitely heard something. Everybody give me an awareness test, and let's see if you guys can see them from where you're at, or if you're too far in the trees. This will be DN 5.
Shit.
We have a critical. We have a complication.
So I got 3, but I'll re-roll, see if I can get 5.
I'm gonna use a glory.
Okay.
I got 5, yeah.
Okay, Peppa's got 5. Scorcha. What did you... Okay, hold on. It's not deducting your glory. Scorcha, what did you do? Oh, you re-rolled. Okay. You have
And then
4.
I'm gonna do a whatchamacallit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh fuck, why can't I? Ooh. Got it.
Okay. So, Scorcha, I'll change this to the map here now. And where you guys actually are. So Scorcha, you and Locktar are on the left-hand side with your boys. Whoa, hold on, it's getting laggy. Okay. And Peppa, you and the others got to about here. You guys see all the tokens?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So you can see these guardsmen. After the sergeant hears the noise you make, he orders them up, and they all kind of take defensive positions, looking outward towards you guys. They're all scanning the trees. For those of you that pass the awareness test, you can actually see them through the trees. It's difficult, but you might be able to catch through a break in a branch or some leaves. You can see the glint of their equipment or the color of their armor, especially with the white shoulder plates and armor pieces. It sticks out a little bit. But as that happens, Locktar, you step on a branch, and it makes a loud crack, and you see like one of the guys turns in your direction, and it's very clear that he can see you, and you just hear him go, "Great skins!" And let's start this fight. All right, Adam 2. I'm just gonna do one initiative for the sergeant and one for everybody else, because they're all guardsmen. They just have different weapons. But the sergeant, he's got different stats, so he'll be on a different initiative. You guys can just roll once for all the boys, I think, because they all have the same stats. Ew, the sergeant got a 1.
Yes, that's super good. Peppa got a 0 though. fuck me, apparently.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so funny.
Yeah, you don't get to gloat. Oh, rip.
That's pretty good, man. Brutal combat music, yes.
Okay. So we got the boys. I'll just throw the boys on.
Yeah, just any token.
I can't right-click on them to bring up their combat track.
Well, that's stupid. I'll do it then. There you go. Can you roll it?
I cannot target them.
Okay. On the combat tracker, can you roll the dice?
No.
Really? Okay.
No.
I can't even grab any of the tokens except mine.
What?
Yeah, I don't have access to the tokens.
Hold on. All right. Now, to avoid having to make 100 rolls for the boys, all of the Slugga boys and all of the Shooter boys will basically use some mob rules here for them. So rather than having them roll, actually, I should look how the mob rules work. But basically, they each count as like 1 wound towards the entire mob. And if you get enough successes, you can hit more guys. Let's actually look at that, because we haven't actually fought mobs yet. Okay, so the way targeting a mob works is you roll hit and damage as normal. If you get over their resilience, then you kill the guy you're hitting. He basically has 1 wound, right? If you roll extra icons beyond the defense of the guy, then you hit multiple targets. So we'll do it that way for now, just so that we're not rolling hundreds of dice here, because this would take forever. And you've got plenty more orcs in the thing. I don't know if they make 1 attack or if they all make an attack. Okay, when a mob attacks, make a single test for the mob as though it were an individual threat. Add +1 dice for each troop in the mob. The maximum number of bonus dice is half the number of troops in the mob. And they can split attacks. Everybody follow? More or less?
I think so.
Okay. Well, let us get... I had some combat music ready, and now I lost it. Let's see what this is. Brutal Battle. It's like some Planet of the Apes Fight Club shit here. Oh my god, it totally is. Okay, I lost the combat tracker. Where'd it go? Alright, starting off, somehow the lava rats with initiative 5 have the initiative, and they are going to open fire. So we'll count them as a mob as well. There's 2 guys on the heavy weapon, so there is a total of 10, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. These 3 are going to shoot at Loktar because they saw him. So makes an attack. I'm going to give you cover here, which I believe is +1 DM. Do you remember, Sean?
I think +2 DM for like light cover, and then +4 for heavy.
Gotta fold it. Combat modifiers is probably it.
Probably.
Thick wood +2. It's your resilience, not your DN.
Are these the like the massive trees, or is this a smaller forest?
I mean, there's massive trees, and then there's plenty of like smaller foliage around that makes it fairly thick in this area.
Okay, but it's not going to take me like a few minutes to run around one of these trees.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'll be out of the fight like Ragni.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in cover right now, but that's about it. So actually, yeah. While we do this, Sean, if you can just look up if there is any moving through cover penalties, because you guys are in cover right now. So, so Eric, you get +2 DN. I'm sorry, +2 resilience, because you're in the cover, and they are gonna shoot. And this guy has a bonus with his bros kind of doing, first rank fire, second rank fire, red lasers, pew pew, and of course a complication. Machine spirit, some technology in the scene malfunctions. Okay, well, that guy's las gun stops working. Let's mark that off with whatever that is. All right, so Eric, sorry, one more time. Complication, they do hit. They have no shifts. They are doing... I didn't even roll his weapon because I'm an idiot. They do a whopping... Well, they get 1 ED, so I'm sure that'll help.
Woo.
Sweet! 8 damage!
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that even hurt you, Eric?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
And am I getting the resilience bonus or the defense bonus?
The resilience bonus.
Okay.
Okay. Well, wait, what does rapid fire do?
If you're within short range, the ED is doubled.
Oh, cool. Make it 9 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we get Loktar some heavy armor?
Well, that and you're fighting guards.
Trying to be sneaky.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna roll over at you, Sean. 1 or 2 is the Shooter boys.
Okay.
3 or 4 is you. 5 or 6 is the big Shooter.
No.
It's you.
Hey, baby.
Okay, this group is going to attack you in a group as well. These 3.
Okay. I'm getting the +2 resilience.
Yes. Okay, las gun. And he gets a bonus to his dice pool. Wow. 1 success.
Wait, hold on. I thought my defense was 2 now. No, it's still 1. No.
Get fucked, noob.
Fuck you, bro.
Yeah, 8 damage. Suck it.
Doesn't even hit me.
It hit you.
Yeah.
It hits you and you
like,
love it.
how do I increase my goddamn defense?
I think you have to increase your initiative score.
Ugh.
Because I think it's your initiative -1 is your defense.
Yeah, my initiative was 2. That tracks.
Yep. Okay. Did that do any damage?
No. With the bonus resilience, I'm at 12.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's them. Next up is the specialist. This is the guy with the grenade launcher.
Oh.
He is going to lob a grenade over in this direction. I'll make him take a test to see what he can see. So we'll give him an awareness test here, and we'll go from there. He cannot actually really see much, so he's just going to lob in this general direction, and then we'll do a scatter for that. So while I do this, excuse me, Sean, can you just look up I think it's under area of effect, the scattering chart? Oh, no, I found it. All right. So he's going to lob a grenade over here. You hear the thunk as it opens fire.
Man, it was kind of salty. We go to ambush them and we're the ones getting fucked first. Our shit ass initiatives.
So much for my cunning.
It was going well, but he did have to use a ruin.
Yeah. Okay. So scatters 1d6, and then another 1d6, and double the result for distance in meters. Okay. So he's you're the only one that they can see right now, Loktar. So he's aiming for you. He misses, as he can't see anything else. And he's just kind of lobbing it in the air, like over the trees. So it's kind of a tough shot for him. So we're going to roll a d6 to determine where it goes. There's a chart here. A 5. It's going towards this guy. And then we roll another d6 and double that. Oh, it's only going 2 meters. All right. Well, are these 2 meter squares?
Yeah.
They're 1 meter square. Okay, so it lands on this slugga boy back here, right in his lap, doing 0 damage. What? Worst. Oh wait, because it just allows you to throw a grenade, but way further. So the grenade does 10 base damage, ED4, and it has a range of 12. So it's doing 10, 11, 12, 13 damage, blast 6. That's the blast radius, correct?
Yeah.
Hits X targets? That doesn't make any sense.
Now we could have them dodge. They use full round defense to raise their resilience.
The blast rating determines the radius of the explosion in meters. If you're targeting a mob or using simplified theater of the mind approach... Oh, there's a chart here. Okay, well, we're actually using a thing. So 6 meters would hit all of you? That seems a little generous. All right. Well,
I mean, if it would have landed on me, would have hit themselves, wouldn't it? Pretty close.
Well, it's... if you roll a 1 on the scatter, it goes back towards the guy that shot it. Otherwise, everything goes, like, in front of him in a 180, fan, depending what you roll. However, it is targeting a mob, so it only hit up to 3 guys. We'll say the 3 closest, which is going to be that guy, 2, 2, 2. All right. Eric, high or low to see if you're caught in the blast, because there's a couple targets here.
High.
Low, you are getting hit. So it's you and these 2 orcs that are in right next to you. So you guys take 13 damage, no AP.
Well, the orcs only have 1 HP, right?
Yes, but it has to beat their resilience to...
Well, it's doing... their resilience is 7, it's doing 13.
Okay.
Are we getting the cover bonus and all? The resilience bonus for cover?
I don't think you do
or not
against
for blast.
I don't think you do against blast, if I recall. No, you could take the defensive action that Sean was talking about, but I don't think you get the bonus.
I'll use my determination.
Are the orcs going to test, or are they just taking the hits?
I'm trying to look up what the full defense will do in this instance. Dodging area effect.
Whoa,
Okay.
Sorry, that is really loud.
You are caught in the blast radius. Full defense, adding +1 plus any icons rolled to your resilience. Well, let's see.
The determination is on a 4+.
Yep.
So I stopped 4 of them.
Okay.
Was it Sean? Do you remember? Was it determination first and then?
The damage was reduced by your resilience, and then you roll to absorb any of the remaining damage.
Okay. All right.
So,
did you do that correct, Eric?
I think so.
What's your resilience now?
My resilience is 8.
So 5 damage because it was 13,
Right.
and you just rolled 4, so you take 4 shock and 1 damage.
Yeah, the orcs I think should take the full defense, because if they eat the hit, they're dead.
It's up to you guys. Loktar and Scorcha, they're your mob to control.
Yeah.
I just maxed my shock.
Oh.
Well, that's
I
not
only
good.
had 4 shock.
You can use a wrath on your turn to regain shock.
It's an action,
Oh.
but yes, you can.
Yeah.
Like a full action,
Yes.
like wrath or fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, what's it going to be for these boys?
We need to roll for 3 of them.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah, because you're being included, so you're being counted as part of the mob for how many guys are getting hit.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it.
All right, so what do they got to do, Sean?
Full defense. You roll an initiative test.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's either that or they die, right?
Yeah. It did 13 damage, so.
So.
And even if they do this, there's a high chance they die, so.
All right, initiative. I can look.
Yeah,
Probably
they're
dead.
dead. Yeah, they're
Okay.
dead.
You're dead.
All
Rip.
right. And you are exhausted. Oh, that kills all of them. That's not good. Oh, are there tokens linked? Fucking Christ.
Yeah, they're just copies, right?
No, there's an option in their character sheet I have to unselect.
Ugh.
Of course,
That's
it's only triggered for those guys. Motherfucker. Okay, anyway. That's fine. Eric, you are now exhausted because you took the
shot.
You're at max shock. Okay. I'll just delete these guys so they're not. We don't have to worry about if they're dead. Just take them off the board. There we go. Jesus. Okay, sorry, folks. I feel like I don't even know how to play this game, and we've been doing it for 2 months. Okay, finally, last thing. Jesus. The autocannon. All right. Sean, high or low to see which squad he fires at.
I always go high.
Nope, he's shooting at your squad.
Oh!
All right, and we will just spray it amongst the boys because he's just kind of shooting indiscriminately here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll the right weapon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is a critical hit with the autocannon.
I guess the boys are gonna go full defense? Because you'll straight up kill them? Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, full defense just increases my defense here, because it's not a fucking AoE. What is their defense? It's 2!
I have 2 successes.
Right, and if by just doing full defense, it goes up to 3 plus whatever I roll here.
Okay, go for it.
4, 5!
And a complication. Okay. Well, I'm going to spend a ruin to re-roll, because why not? Okay, so I only have 3 successes.
Rip.
You have how many?
5 defense.
Okay. You have a complication. Go ahead and roll that.
Machine
Okay.
spirit.
All right. So one of the boys, his Shuda, takes damage. It basically absorbs a shot, and this orc is still alive, but his gun is completely shattered. We'll say this guy on the corner, maybe he gets clipped. So his gun is completely destroyed. The critical is still going to hit someone, so someone's still probably going to take a horrible death. Let's see what it is. Overpowering assault. A stunning blow sends the foe lurching forward, senses blurred by the brutal impact. They suffer 4 shock. What's the shock value of the Shooter Boys?
Just 2.
Okay, so one of them is just incinerated.
I want this guy to die.
Nope, it's a different guy.
I'll eat this guy. Alright, well, he's just gonna pick up his gun.
All right. When the one carrying the rifle dies,
the one behind
him
picks it up. I too was thinking
Oh
of
my
communism.
the Red Orcs. Scorch, you finally get to play the game.
Isn't it so fun when you're getting shot? It's supposed to be what it's like to be the goblins from last night.
Yeah, how's it feel, mister? I bring a big shooter to every fucking fight, or
It's gonna feel great when I kill that heavy weapon team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So lucky I rolled randomly, buddy.
Yeah, you would have aced me.
It's a good thing you brought those boys to beat the beast shields.
That's what I did here.
Who's gonna die? All right, what's it gonna be?
So like where I am I underneath the brush right now?
Yes, if you're on a tree, then you are in cover and in the woods.
Okay. So
Also, if you hold control, that's how you can rotate your thing. And if you hold control shift, you'll rotate 45 degrees. So that's how we can do it for the ships.
Excellent.
Yep. All right.
So am I able to see this lava rat clearly?
Did you pass your awareness test?
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
He'll still get cover because you're shooting through it, but he'll get the defensive bonus, or I'm sorry, the resilience bonus. It depends what you're shooting him with too.
Well, you know what? I think what Scorcher's gonna do is she's gonna go here, and he's going to shoot. At the guard.
Sarge?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But I think what happens is there's a way that this lava rat on the way there might get caught by the fire because it is a straight line of fire.
Also, like you have AOE or no?
It has something on it. I think it has blast.
Ooh.
The Burna.
I think.
Oh, it has assault and flamer. Okay, assault is when you can move and fire when you sprint. Flamer ignores cover.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought there was something to do with
I thought there was too. There's more in the description. Ignores cover. If you hit the target, they get the fire condition. Oh, here it is. Fills the space between you and the target in a straight line. Anything in that line is also hit by the attack. You can shift when you make a ranged attack with a flamer to arc the stream of burning chemicals a number of meters equal to your ballistic skill rating. Anything in this arc is hit by the attack. Yes, you can hit multiple guys with it. I don't understand why they took out the thing where you can look at the things on the weapons.
What's your ballistic skill rating, Kyle?
Give me 1 second. Ballistic skill is 6. And I am 6 yards away from him.
Yeah. Alright, so you're targeting him?
I am indeed going to target him.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do that. Ooh.
Uh-oh, complication!
Let's see.
Here comes the explosion.
Oh no.
Weapon stuck. Your weapon gets stuck in the environment. Okay. Well, you do... I assume you hit, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah, I hit. Yeah, like my hose gets snagged on a vine or something.
Yeah, so you hit these two, the first guy and then the sergeant. Roll the damage. 10 damage.
Damn.
Okay.
Hey, the weapon stuck says roll again if you're not using a melee weapon.
Oh. You're right. Roll again.
Roll again. Roll what? Complication. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Out of ammo.
Okay.
Putt. Okay. Well, the first guardsman you hit is definitely dead. And the sergeant taking 10 damage. He's going to attempt some shock here, some determination. He soaks 3 of that. Okay. The sergeant is fine, other than he is on fire, but he does not actually take damage.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay. Next up is Loktar. Remember, you are exhausted, so that's going to limit some of the actions you can take.
Yes, I can't see what exhausted does. It's another thing that comes up blank when I look at the rulebook.
What? Come on.
Figured this out last time. How did we do it?
So I went into conditions and then I clicked on exhausted and it comes up with a blank
Hold on.
page.
What about now? Close it and open it again. I don't know, because you guys have ownership of both of them, so I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. On your turn, you can only walk or crawl, perform a basic combat action, or fall back. Additionally, you cannot roll determination. Any shock suffered immediately becomes mortal wounds.
Can I use stealth to, like, sink into the trees over here?
Yes. It'll be DN 5, though, because they know you're here and they're looking.
And do I lose anything to my dice pool?
Nope.
Or...
Okay. I'll roll for them next turn to see if they spot you. Slugga Boys are up next.
So that's just all. That includes the Shooter Boys or the what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that includes all the boys.
Okay. This guy will pick up his dead comrades. Slugga.
Okay. Now, for the melee guys, it's best if they all kind of move together because you get they get bonuses if they all target the same guy. They get bonus dice. So I mean, same thing with the Shooter Boys, obviously, but
I guess
yeah, go ahead.
the regular Shooter Boys are just going to shoot at the lava rats.
Okay.
So do I add anything with the mob rules to the single attack?
Yeah, so if they're all targeting, because they're also targeting a mob, so just make one ranged attack. You'll add +2 because you have 2 extra dudes. Big Shoot is separate because he has a different gun.
Right.
So +2 because you have 2 extra Shooter Boys, and then so they add that to their dice pool. And then if you roll over the defense, you hit multiple targets.
Gotcha. Okay. And then they're using a WOG weapon, so they get +1 bonus to damage dice. And then, okay.
It is
so success. 6
successes. Okay.
1 shift possible, it says. So I can shift that to hit a second guy?
No, I think it was if you roll over their defense.
Okay.
Let me check really quick. Yeah, if your icons exceed their defense, you hit extra individuals for each icon.
Gotcha. Okay.
So their defense 2, you have 4 successes, so you would hit 3 guys in total.
Okay.
What's the damage?
Let's find out. 11.
Ooh, okay, they're gonna try to determination this. Oh no, 0. That'll kill all 3 of them.
Nice.
It gets past their resilience. So the first 3 guys taking shooter rounds to the chests and head. The line is collapsing. Big Shooter and the Slugga Boys, are they just moving through the woods? They're not doing anything else?
Sluggers are gonna shoot too. They're gonna move forward a little bit and shoot.
Alright, yeah, go for it. Sean, you can do the same thing with your guy.
Yeah. He's gonna target that guardsman with the grenade launcher.
Ooh, okay.
And how did you do it for the multiple boys?
You just add 1 extra dice for each dude shooting. So make 1 attack with +2 dice. Ooh, Big Shooter hits. Alright, roll damage.
Damage.
Oh, complication! 13 damage. That guy's probably fucked. Alright, let's roll his determination. He gets 3, so he is maxed out on shock.
Nice.
So he goes how much? 13?
Yep.
He gets total 12 resilience with all that. It's not enough.
Oof.
He's down. Clips him in the shoulder, taking his arm off with him. Oof. Eric, what'd you get?
I'm gonna roll the complication. Ooh, one of them's out of ammo. Or all of them? One of them? Okay. Out of ammo for complication and 10 damage.
Alright, 10 damage. Oh, who are you shooting? Just regular dude?
Just lava rats here.
Okay. 10. 10 is just enough to kill him. That guy's at 9. Oh, this guy's dead too then. He's getting so many hits. Alright. They're out of ammo though. Okay.
Is it all of them or just one of them?
What do you mean? Is it all of them?
For out of ammo, my complication, is it all three of them run out? Or one of them runs out?
I don't know, so we'll just D6 it. If it's 4, 5, or 6, it's all of them. It's all of them.
Rip.
Makes sense. They're orcs.
Yeah.
They're just firing wildly.
Magged
Okay. This is going to be a really short combat as far as turn goes. The sergeant, I'll spend a point of ruin so he's not on fire anymore.
Nice.
And he's going to bust out ye old chain sword.
Oh.
And charge gloriously to slay the enemies of the Imperium. And he's going for Grave Scorcha because that mofo set him on fire.
That's right.
What is charge? +1? +2?
Take one. Bring it, little man.
Yeah, +1 bonus dice to the attack, and you get a full action to run and make the melee test.
Oh, that's it? Seems really
Yeah.
worthless.
I mean, it allows you to run and get into melee.
He doesn't need to run, though.
Yeah, but okay.
Okay, he's charging. He's pissed. He killed all of his bros.
I mean, you could do the all-out attack and get +2 bonus dice.
Ooh, even better. Yeah, because he's angry. So
He has
angry.
-2 defense until the start of his next turn.
He's gonna die, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Just got to make sure, it's clear, right?
Dying in service to the Emperor is the greatest reward a soldier can have.
I guess.
And taking filthy Xeno scum with him is better. Let's use a point of ruin, because...
There you go.
Shit. That was another 6. Alright, 10 successes. Three shifts. Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
17 damage.
Sheesh.
It's brutal, baby. For the Emperor!
Alrighty, so every time I have to ask. So it's just resilience, right?
Yes.
So yeah, the 17 minus your resilience,
Okay, so that's 7 left.
and then you roll determination, and then you'll probably max out shock before you stop the damage.
Yeah, because you didn't take any... you haven't used determination yet, right?
I just did.
How much shock do you have?
6.
God damn, son. All right, you have 1 shock left, and you take 2 wounds.
Yes, you should be at 5 out of 6 shock now, and you take 2 wounds. Well, he can't do much better than that. I can't expect much more from a sergeant
Yeah,
who's surrounded
actually,
by orcs.
that's pretty solid work on both sides, to be honest. 5 shock successfully rolled. So,
All right, Peppa. You see
Cool.
the sergeant trying to cleave through Scorcha, but he's a thick orc.
so Peppa's gonna aim for the heavy weapons team.
You would.
Yeah, I will.
Makes it target left, so it makes sense.
Yep. Is there 2 people there?
Yes.
He's gonna aim for their heads. Just pop them off with heavy bolt rounds.
Okay. Aiming with a heavy weapon. All right. I see
Yeah,
how
man.
it is.
Yeah, because I buffed up my strength stat, so I'm not weak anymore.
Next time you're fighting a whole platoon of guardsmen.
Even better. All right. Let's see where.
A whole
it is.
platoon with a command squad and a commissar.
Okay, well,
then.
reel it in, dog. It's supposed to be fun. Chill.
Yeah, fun for me.
Well, I mean, live life. All right, there we go. I forgot I renamed it.
Oh, what did you name it?
You'll see.
Okay. Very excited. Any day.
Dog, there's a lot of clicking that has to go on. Chill.
Look at all them dice.
Mountain Thunder.
Yeah. All right. So 1 shift. I guess we'll just roll that for damage. And we'll roll damage.
Oh my god, it's so many 6s. Oh. 27 damage.
Pop.
You chunk them and the autocannon.
No!
As explosions just tear them to shreds.
I wanted to save the autocannon, that's why I aimed for their heads. Shit, no.
Well, you were aiming, I guess, but there's just nothing left. Scorcha, you're up.
Good.
Oh, well, so Scotch is going to very slowly look at his new friend. And he can't see it, but he starts to slowly smile as he switches out his Burna for his new Omniscient axe. And he's going to try and bring it down on his head.
All right then, Xenos. Got some guts, I see.
I can't wait to see yours.
Ooh, what does this do? Hey,
All right.
So his weapon has parry, so his defense is 1 higher.
Oh,
So his defense is 3.
But he went all out, so it's down to 1.
So it's 2. Doesn't matter. All right.
so is that okay, or do I have
Yeah, you hit
to
him.
reroll? Oh, okay, so I'll roll damage. 13 AP2.
Ooh, the AP2 is probably gonna do it here.
Pretty
He's
solid.
Got a few shock left. It's not gonna do much though. Oh wait, because he actually has wounds because he's a sergeant, so I actually have to calculate this. He is barely standing, clutching his chest, blood seeping through his now torn armor, but he's still standing.
Well, look at you.
Laktar.
Oof.
Sergeant's the only one left.
I know. I mean, I can shoot at him, I guess. But then I'd be taking Scorch's kill.
Oh, that's the orc way, though.
Oh, I got a weird question.
Mhm.
The Eliminator, it doesn't say whether or not it has to be a melee attack.
It's either. It just says when you attack.
So I get to add my stealth score to a shooting attack.
Correct.
All right, I'll shoot him with my slugger.
The only
Well,
time-
remember, with the way the stealth score works, it was for the scene, and that got broken when you had your complication at the start.
I know, but I stealthed away.
Oh, that's right, you stealthed again. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So that just goes in my dice pool.
Correct.
Oh god.
Don't roll a complication.
Bruh. With a
Okay, the complication.
Wow.
It's a lot of dice.
does it go to your damage or does it go to your
Ooh. It said it goes with my ED.
Oh, it's your ED, not your dice pool. ED are the extra damage dice.
right?
Oh.
So when you do the attack, there's a box called ED. You just put whatever your bonus dice are in there.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
redo
I see
that so it does it correctly.
Okay, I see that now. ED here.
Still it. 2 successes. Yeesh.
Now the ED.
There you go. Okay.
And you add brutal, so the damage is actually changed.
It doesn't, my slugger doesn't have brutal attached to it.
Oh wait, that
No.
only applies to melee weapons, right?
Well, regardless, with 14 damage, this guy's sitting at 1 wound right now, so that is going to do it for the brave guard sergeant who gets shot in the side while valiantly fighting the orc in melee. And he is dead, as are the rest of them. A wah goes up from the remaining boys. He only lost 2, 3? It's not too bad. Yeah. Well done. You have slain the squad of guardsmen.
It's time to loot their ship.
I was actually just going to say, at this point, when the pilot sees all of his bros getting gunned down, he is going to rev the engines and get the fuck out of here. So the dropship begins to fire up its engines, closes the ramp hatch on the back, and begins to take off.
I'm gonna call back to Head Hacka.
Oi, boss.
Hey, the ship's taking off. Stop it.
With what?
Does our ship not have any weapons on it?
Not the shuttle, no.
Uh-oh.
Can I try to
Shoot
shoot
it.
the pilot? Can I try to shoot the pilot?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get Peppa and the big shooter to shoot it down.
Yeah. I will aim for the pilot in the cockpit. How far away am I?
Give me an initiative test here to see if you can get your shots off before he's out of sight. Where's his initiative? Ooh, we both have 2. What's your initiative score?
Yeah. Shit, I want to add glory, but I don't think I can. 2. My initiative score is 2.
Okay, he would win on a tie because his is 3.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you try a glory, if you get another success, then you'll
Oh, Wrath. Nope.
beat him.
Super cool. And then glory.
Oh, you got a
Okay.
complication too. That's even
Yeah.
cooler.
So I got the 4, so I've got a 3 now. But the complication is machine spirit.
Ooh, your gun jams.
Okay.
Can
Well
the
then
big
I will
try?
throw up my plasma pistol.
All right. At this point, you can't aim to hit the pilot because you have to switch weapons, but you can still shoot the ship.
Can I shoot like the engine? Or the one of the was it like a Valkyrie? So it's got those 2 turbines?
No, it's bigger than a Valkyrie. This
Oh,
is meant to
shit.
carry several squads.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
It's
doubt
probably about this. It's a little bit smaller than your big transport you guys have. Like a medium-sized transport.
Oh, I don't think I'll do anything to it, but I'll try.
Okay.
Where are you, Mechadendrite plasma pistol?
Incredible. It's going to be just DN3. It's a pretty big target.
I succeed.
All right. Roll damage.
16 at -3.
Okay. Well, you definitely hit it. Probably burned through a little bit of the armor.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing could definitely take a few more hits. You don't seem to hit anything critical.
Vital.
No. Is the big shooter going to shoot as well?
Yeah.
All right. Roll it up.
Sure, yeah.
Your other guns won't be able to damage it. The regular shooters, but the big shooter might.
Are we within short range? 18?
Give me an initiative test for the shooter boy.
Shit. 2, no.
No, he would not be.
Okay, just
Right-
4
right
dice.
out of range.
Nope.
Damn.
Yeah, he's just pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
I love my job, boss. He's too excited because you guys won the fight. So,
Yeah.
all
yeah.
right. Well, the drop, excuse me, the dropship begins to take off, and eventually it disappears past the canopy of the tree line, and you can hear it take off, and the sound of it gets further and further away.
Can we tell if it like goes like into the atmosphere or just like to the next colony?
No, not from where you are, but you could try to have somebody track it. You can either have Head Hacka try to keep an eye on it, or you could ask your ship to see if they can track it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call up to Mulgrim.
Oh,
See.
what now?
We killed the guardsman, but the pilot took the ship. Can you find it on the planet?
You hear him grumble, probably because he's in the middle of something and would rather be doing that, but he shouts some orders, and yeah, we'll make a test here. What was the detection of your ship? Is it +3?
Yes.
+2.
+2 +1, so +3.
Okay, let's see. He'll make his investigation scan. That is not enough. Can he use a point of glory?
Sure.
Do you mind?
Yeah, of course.
That's fine.
He needs one more.
Hey.
says, "Got it, boss." Looks like it's heading for another canyon.
Got it. We're on it. Head hacker.
All right.
Pick us
Sure.
up.
All right. Be right there. Eventually, he will get there in a few minutes. Not even. But do you guys do anything in the meantime?
Grab the remains of the autocannon, and when Ed Akka has time, see if he can fix it up to do something.
Okay.
Grave Scorcher would reload his burner.
Ooh, good call. I'll unjam my heavy bolter.
I'm gonna sit down somewhere.
Need a tech test for that, Pep. I believe it's DN 3 or 4 to unjam.
Ooh, okay.
There's actual jam complication.
Okay. Let's see. Nope.
Oh, another complication. Okay.
Super cool.
Roll again.
We're good at
Or
this.
roll complication.
Harsh environment.
Okay, so the gun appears to have gotten wet from just being down here, and something is messed up. It's gonna require more than just a simple tech test to unjam it.
Oh.
You're worried that if you just try to unjam the bolt, it might detonate prematurely.
I'll
So
just
it's-
ask Ed Akka to fix it when he's got time.
Yeah, you'll need to probably bring it back to the lab to fix it, or it'll be a higher DN on the tech test.
Well, then, guess that's how it is.
You were saying, Lokhtar?
So I'm probably gonna need to sit down somewhere. So I'm still exhausted. How long does that take to clear up?
That's a great question. I'll tell you in a second. All right. You guys just wait for the dropship to arrive then?
I do.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a way to like patch up, I guess.
Yeah, I will patch up our boy Squatcha.
Yeah, the only patch up you can do immediately is the heal test that he can do with Medicae, and I believe that's each character can benefit from that once and attempt it once. Anything beyond that takes either the
Like
1 hour rest or the full 6 hour rest.
Yeah, I'll do the
Well,
quick Medicaid test to see if I can give you, like a wound back or how much.
I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
only have 2 wounds. I'm just like really shocked. That's the only thing.
Lokhtar, how are you looking?
2 wounds, also full sock, exhausted.
He's all tuckered out, man. It's been
Yeah.
a long day in the jungle.
Yeah?
All those 6 stealth tests.
Well, we could just take a short rest while we're in the ship, tracking the other ship.
I mean, assuming anything doesn't happen in the next hour, you can take your 1 hour rest while you're in the dropship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be at least a short ride to get to the next canyon because you're,
Yeah.
going across the planet. It's not just next door.
Right.
So, you may attempt that test then because it is going to take longer than an hour.
Which test?
The Medicaid test to patch somebody up.
If we're just doing as a part of a short rest, one person just gets 9 hit points back.
Oh yeah, so the short rest is if you have the Medicaid rating, you can heal a single character during regroup.
Right.
So if anybody else has Medicaid, they can attempt a regroup. Or they can attempt a healing test, otherwise that's it.
I mean, I do have. Well, you don't have it unless you have an advance in it, right?
Correct.
Okay, I don't got it.
Medicaid?
Alright. That's
No.
Alright, so Peppa, who are you patching up then?
I guess we'll patch up Lokhtar because his resilience is lower, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a better call.
Yeah. So you are back to full HP.
Okay. But we don't know if that does anything to shock.
I'm fairly
It
certain it
says,
doesn't.
exhausted condition is removed whenever you recover shock. We need to look up shock.
If you have a medkit or similar device, you can make a DN3 Medicaid test to restore rank +1 shock.
What about in the Medicaid skill, Sean? Does it say anything about using it to recover shock?
Yeah. That's what I just read was if you have a med kit or similar device, you can make a Medicaid test DN3 to restore rank +1 shock.
No, so I guess it's either wounds or shock then when you do the regroup. Otherwise, you could theoretically spend, because you're not in combat, so you don't have to use a combat action, but you can spend a point of wrath to restore shock equal to your rank plus your tier.
Rank plus tier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're tier 2, rank 2, I believe.
I think so.
So 4 shock.
Yep, I have 4 shock.
Okay.
All right, I'll use my wrath.
All right, Scorcha, how about you? Are you going to spend any wrath to restore shock, or just keep it where you're at?
It's one per one.
No, 1 for 4.
Oh, 1 for 4. Yeah, I'll go 1 for 4 then.
Okay.
So then, cool. We're good.
Alrighty.
I mean, we're not great, but we're good.
It could be better, but live and learn.
Well, you guys follow this ship for quite a while, and eventually it slips into the trees. Looks like this guy is trying to lose you guys in a chase through the trees. Do you follow?
If we stay above the trees, can we still see them? Like, can we still follow them? Or
No, you're losing track. It's clear he's trying to lose you guys.
James.
Try, but it's going to be tough. Assuming he doesn't crash. That's what happens. He goes through the canopy to try to lose you guys.
Do we have any, could we post up the big shooter somewhere and fire it from our ship to theirs? Like access points or something?
In theory, yeah, you could. It's not designed to do that, but you could certainly just open the door and shoot the gun out the back.
All right, we're gonna follow that ship and have our shooter boy.
Okay, so are you following? Are you trying to just keep track of it, or are you actually going to chase it through the trees? Because it'll be different tests depending on what you're trying to do.
How good are you at piloting?
I would get 6 dice, and if Ed Aka is helping me, I think he has a pool of 5 for pilot.
Well, Edak is piloting right now, remember.
So then I would add 6 dice to hit, or my base stat of 4. You would get 4 extra dice to piloting.
All right, chase that ship.
Right. Here we go. Or here we go. 4, you said, Sean?
Yeah, he gets 4 extra dice.
Okay, I need to roll for Mr. Pilot here. Yep, go ahead.
Also, something I need to know: do we have Storm Boys?
Not yet. Well,
We need to find them jump packs.
it is a short
chase.
It is a short.
No.
It is a short-lived race, a chase, as the guard pilot rolled a complication with 0 successes.
Okay.
So he goes under the canopy, and about 6 seconds later, there's a fireball in front of you, and he just smashes right dead smack into the middle of one of these big-ass trees. Head Hacka does a sweet pole bank to one side, take you guys through part of the fireball. You are unscathed, but the dropship is completely annihilated.
No,
Damn.
Our new ship.
Right?
All of the orcs on board are shouting with glee, and the guy with the big shooter is hanging out the back shooting his gun at nothing. You really is the best boss.
Now, does that count as creating an unnecessary but helpful explosion?
Sure.
Great.
Oh,
Back up to one wrath, boys.
fucking brilliant.
Oh man.
Yeah, the fucking chase music starts up, it's all excited, and then it's just like cartoon, just boom. That's it.
Big
But your
man.
orcs are getting a kick out of it. They're loving it.
We're keeping them happy.
Yep. Although we do need to cut 3 orcs off your total tribe size. Sorry.
True. True.
Sorry, not sorry. All right, down to 3,214 orcs. Big rip, as they say. Oh man. Okay, well, what do you do next? Eventually, Head Hacka pulls you guys back up over the canopy, and you guys are above another one of the jungles or canyons.
And I'm assuming it's exploded enough that there's nothing salvageable.
Oh no, it's just chunks of metal, if that.
Okay. How close are we to another settlement? Like, would that have been noticed?
You still haven't actually found a settlement. You don't know if their settlements are outside the canyon or if they're actually in the tunnel system, but you've not found anything yet.
So we haven't seen any signs of life outside of the guard we just killed.
Not human life, no. Just fauna and plant life.
Okay, I guess we're gonna find a tunnel system and find somewhere big enough to land another shuttle.
Okay. One of you give me an awareness test, please, to do your scan. Oh, I'm sorry, investigation is what it is. +1 for the detection of the ship.
+1.
Ew.
Sweet. Well, I just got a wrath back, so we'll re-roll that. Dude, we got a complication.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right. You lose an item. Well, let's see what you have on you. What do you all the stuff that's on your character sheet is actually with you right now?
Probably not. I don't know what the rules for encumbrance are. Actually, can he carry all that?
I'm not looking at more rules right now. So
That's probably a good idea. Now that I found out how much weapons my guy has on him.
Yeah, I mean, if he can carry it, he'll bring it. Oh, he's got to have the proper tool. Well, he doesn't need his extra orc flag, right? But he has at least the plasma pistol and mountain thunder, his Urdy syringe, his heavy armor, and his dock tools.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get some flak armor.
Yes, you do.
Is encumbrance not even a thing?
I don't know. I don't.
What's it termed under then?
Orcs can carry everything.
Infinite.
Maybe carrying capacity?
There's no weight to any of the items I'm carrying. Like, let's look at Mountain Thunder.
Here, equipment.
Ranged. Yeah. Other than the word heavy. That's it.
What about gear? Maybe that's a term? I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to look up because I don't know off the top of my head. This is a good lesson in if you write your own RPG, don't try to get too fancy with your terminology. Just use the shit that everybody else uses because it makes it way easier, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if it's some stupid fancy term that they had to come up because it's their own stupid game, like, that's dumb. Don't do that. Encumbrance or carrying capacity, right? Like, those are the first two things.
Yeah.
What else? Or weight, maybe? Like, that's not in here either, so... All right.
Maybe it's another one of those, like, theater of the mind things. They just hand wave, like a number of the other rules. They just say, "Let the GM decide."
Oh yeah, don't do that either, because that just means you're lazy and you don't know how to write rules.
Wow, we just throwing some shade at Cube 7.
Well, this wasn't their game to begin with, so it's not
Fair.
really throwing shade at them.
Or Ulysses.
Yeah, trust me, fucking this revised edition is like the holy grail compared to the first edition. So,
True.
yeah. Sorry, Ulysses, that first edition. Well, there's a reason why you guys don't have a license anymore, right? So, okay, Sean. Well, you're not gonna lose your armor because you're wearing that. I've already fucked your big shit up enough, so I'm not gonna fuck that anymore. I'm gonna roll a d4 for the other 4 items. What else? Do you have anything else other than these 4 weapons?
Doc's tools and ammo.
Okay, we'll roll a d6. Just going down your weapon list, 1 through 4. A 5 will be the Doc's tools. A 6 will be ammunition. Let's see what it is first. 6 ammo.
Okay.
What do you have for ammo?
Las ammo, projectile, and then bolt ammo.
Okay, we'll D3 it. All right. What was the first one you said? Las?
Las.
Okay. So the little battery pack thing that you're carrying on your belt, as everyone's shouting and cheering and flying through the explosion, your little belt thing gets snagged on the chair, and as you like turn to shout or jump with glee like everybody else is, it gets ripped off, and as Head Hack takes the ship up to get past the canopy, it just goes down the back of the ship and out the open ramp where the big shooter boy is shooting his gun, and it goes falling out of the ship, never to be seen again. A tiny little dot lost in the trees. I'm sorry, your las ammo is gone.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Yeah.
I got that when we beat the shit out of that one Eldar boy.
I was like, what las weapon do you have? That's right, the las blaster.
Yeah, garbage gun.
Well,
But we did get that sick ass fucking void saber, I'll say.
yeah. All right. Well. Oh yeah, the las blaster does suck, doesn't it?
Right?
What,
Like,
what does it even do? Like,
It's just a Guardian's regular weapon, so I don't know why that guy had a fucking void saber on him too.
it's a las gun with 1 ED and like
Yeah.
better range, I think. Whatever, who cares? I think I was thinking it was a sun rifle. I kept thinking of the thing that the swooping hawks have, but that's clearly not it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Give me a
Anyway.
Death Reaper cannon, baby.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, there's. Did you guys make your test to find the thing? That was your complication.
That was
Yes.
yeah.
I'm so confused with what the hell's going on, right? I have no idea. Campaign
4
is all over the place.
successes, 0 shifts.
It is DN5 to find this. Do you want to use
Yeah. I'll use a
glory?
rat. I'll use a glory.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Nope.
So it, by the time, well, I should put it this way: by the time night falls, you haven't found any more cave entrances, and by the time night falls, it's basically next to impossible to scan, and it's just too vast. So, if you want to find an entrance, you'll either have to get out on foot and start slugging it, or just wait till the next day.
What do you want to do, boss?
We're not gonna be able to pull another ship down here at night. We're gonna have to wait till morning.
So what's it gonna be? Wait.
What do you think, boys?
Yeah, we can wait till morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you find a place to land then, and basically
Yeah.
rest in the shuttle?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys do that, so you rest. You'll be able to get your full wounds and shock back.
Right.
Basically just chilling in the shuttle, hanging out. The next morning, when you wake up, let's see here. One of the Slugga boys is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Who's missing?
That'd be Zoggets, boss.
What's he? Where'd he go?
Uh,
He's one of your boys.
he like looks at the other Slugger boy who's just like, well, maybe he went to get something to eat.
Did you just let him walk out by himself?
I just got up, boss. I don't know where he's at.
Alright. Let's make a perimeter.
A what?
Let's scout around the ship.
All right.
Nothing sneaks up on us.
All right. You guys can whoever's searching can give me awareness rolls. And my alarm is going off for some reason. And if you want, each group of boys can make one as well if you're going to have them search.
Yeah, we're gonna send out the Sluggas and the Shooter Boys.
Okay.
I had accidentally had rolled that from the Vindication, but my awareness is the same, so 6 successes with 1 shift.
We have the ship scanning for one single orc.
Right.
We lost one boy. We can't risk it. We've already lost 3. Ooh, a critical.
Slugga's got a success 3 with a crit.
I guess your little speech about where'd he go really got him excited to try to find him for you. Okay, you guys are looking around, and after, maybe about 10-15 minutes, the one Slugga boy who you were yelling at goes, "Oi, boss! I found something!"
I'm gonna run over to him.
He's holding up the... It's kind of like that scene in the first Resident Evil game where the guy picks up the gun from the grass and there's still a hand attached to it. It's a green, clawed hand holding on to a Slugga. Think this is him? Or part of him?
What the hell's happened?
The other Slugga boy just kind of shrugs and they kind of look at each other.
Does it
as
look
if,
like
as if you might have the answer.
Does it look like a clean cut or like?
Oh no. Oh no.
Can I inspect him with my, or whatever is left of his arm with my Medicae skill?
Yeah, it's basically cut off at the the wrist. So it's basically just the hand holding the gun.
I'm gonna kind of like search the area a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll your tests.
See where-
Sean, this will be well, you won't know the DN, but obviously the more successes you get, the better.
Right. Six successes, 1 shift.
Okay.
We'll just leave it 6 successes.
So, as you guys search around more, you do eventually in the brush find a big pool of blood. A stain on the floor, if you will. Where you're guessing Zoggets once stood. Of the orc, or any of his equipment, other than what you have here, none is to be found. What else? You had 3 successes. That's pretty much all that you find. With your Medicae test, Peppa, you can definitely tell that there is something sharp and jagged. You're guessing probably teeth and or claws.
Same.
Are you shifting?
Yeah, for more detail.
Okay. While you cannot tell for sure, with your expert knowledge, and piecing the crime scene together, the lack of body and the fact that you found a hand and nothing else would make you think that the rest of the orc was swallowed by something, and when it bit down, it bit him off at the wrist, but the rest of the orc was inside the mouth of whatever bit him.
Something big bit into our boy here. Ate him whole.
He's been flying around this planet a whole day. Seen nothing that size.
Well, he's in a forest.
Do we see any big ass tracks?
You do not, but would you please all give me another awareness test?
Oh, no.
This is DN7.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, I made it DN10 accidentally. Same, another complication.
Wow, double complications. Love it.
Warp interference. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a no.
It's a no from me.
Somebody else have a complication too?
I think the Boyz did.
Okay. Let's just roll for them too. Let's see. Also warp interference. Okay. I think from now on, if we roll warp interference, because this system is got crazy warp activity going on, I think we're gonna have that cause corruption damage from now on. I'll think about that. We won't do it tonight, but I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. That seems to make sense. So, no one got a 7, did they? So
No.
Yeah, you don't see or notice anything. Other than the sounds of the jungle, of which there are many. I don't have any jungle music, otherwise I'd put it on.
Are there any like markings on the trees nearby where we found the body?
Not that you can tell. How many successes did you have?
Well, for the regular awareness I just rolled, I only rolled 3.
Yeah, you
I got
can't.
5.
Hard to tell. I mean, you don't really know what you're looking for. You're not like
Never even
experts,
seen a
so-
tree.
It's true. Yeah. So you don't know if those are claw marks or just the ridges of the trees, bark. Like, you don't know.
Maybe it was the tree that ate him.
The other orcs look suspiciously at the tree. The one who got his complication backing away as if he's scared of it.
Understandable.
And then he like looks over his shoulder and realizes you're surrounded by trees. He's like, boss, we just gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
These orcs, these fights everything. Even the trees.
You guys probably don't even know the word for tree. Well, you might have been on planets with trees before, because you guys have actually... It's not like you've been cooped up in the ship the entire time, but...
Right.
Yeah, it's,
We gonna start a logging camp, boss?
They're clutching their choppas and slug us a little closer to the chest,
Alright. Let's find our landing spots. Especially if we're gonna need more boys out here. Everybody back to the ship.
Alright, you guys take off. You see one of the Slugger Boys grabs that guy's gun and takes it, leaving the hand behind. And you pile back in the shuttle. Where do you go next?
Go back to try and find a place to
land?
Shuttles, yeah.
Okay.
Bring down a landing party.
Alright. Well, assuming you guys spend time doing this, you won't have to make another test. Eventually, you do find both a clearing that'll fit the dropship, the big one, and you do find several caves that appear to, or cave entrances. Many of them are on the outside wall, the cliff face that makes up the border of the canyon. Those are the easiest ones to find because it's easy enough to find the canyon. There's probably some inside the canyon, but you have to get underneath the canopy of the trees and then find an area that's rocky that might actually have a cave. You're sure there's probably hundreds of them, but it's easiest to just find the edge, kind of like you see here on the map. You can imagine like this is the wall of the canyon. Obviously, it goes way higher than what it looks here. You know, probably hundreds, if not thousands, of meters tall. And you know, some of these cave entrances are absolutely massive. You can easily fit like a tank through them. And some are just, you know, big enough for 1 or 2 people. So you definitely find what looks like a fairly major entrance into one of these tunnel systems.
All right. Shooters, guard this entrance. Who's gonna call down the boys?
They take up. We'll change the map here. They'll take up guard around the side. You put the big shooter there too?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything moves, you tell me.
You got it, boss. Okay, so what are you doing? You're calling down the shuttle with a shit ton of orcs?
Yes.
Alright. Are you just packing it? Packing it full of greenskins?
Yep.
Or greenskin party? Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some bikes.
Trying to get some what?
Some bikes.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's a few bikes. Sure. Okay. I like where this is going. I wasn't thinking you'd bring bikes, but okay.
Them tunnels is gonna be loud.
Yep. Okay. Well, the big shuttle comes down, and eventually orcs begin to pour out by the squads. I mean, this thing fits like a small army, so you've probably got at least... Typical mob is 30 boys. This can probably fit a couple mobs, so we'll say maybe around 200 orcs, maybe 300, give or take. And then, you know, if you bring bikes, you know, bikes take up the spot of one of the squads instead of one of the mobs, so, yeah. It's a pretty impressive group you got there.
Alright. We are going...
The orcs that have shown up are quite excited, kind of with anticipation as to what you guys might be doing down here. And you all can hear them kind of talking and kind of taking guesses. You hear a couple thinking that you guys are going to have some sort of big race down here. Others are like, no, stupid, we're going to go hunting something. And rumors of Zogget's disappearance has fueled that there's some big monster beast that you guys are going to find and avenge your fallen greenskin brother and get the biggest trophy we can. So, yeah, orcs are hyped right now. They're pumped.
That's good, because I want them making a ruckus.
Okay.
I want them to make a loud noise and rev those bikes up. Let's see if we can draw something out.
Okay. Your tribe, your warriors, begin to howl, wah, shout, battle cry, firing their weapons, revving the engines. There's orcs doing donuts with their bikes, kicking up dust and bits of tree roots and leaves, and it echoes throughout this part of the valley. Some of them firing off their weapons, and this goes on for a good minute or two. And do you just wait? Do you wait until they stop, or do you eventually tell them stop and then wait to see if anything happens?
No, I just wait till something happens and kind of just keep my eyes on... I have people watching the tunnel entrance still. So I'm kind of watching, like, the trees, the treetops, and, like...
Are you... Okay, I thought you were trying to get these guys to make a ruckus to see if anything comes out of the tunnel. Are you trying to see if anything comes out of the jungle, or both? Or you just don't care?
I just don't care. They're because we have a couple hundred orcs at this point, so they're
Okay.
so they're near the tunnel entrance because that's what we landed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I'm assuming they're just like creating a large noise in this like giant area.
All right. Well, this goes on for a couple minutes. The orcs don't seem bothered that nothing's happening. They seem to be having a lot of fun. Although it's quickly spiraling into like just absolute ruckus of orcs starting to like push each other and you know, a couple of small fights breaking out. And they're still making all the noise that you want, but it's clear that they're getting distracted by just doing this. You guys are sitting there watching, and eventually you see a shape, a silhouette appear in the mouth of the cave, at the edge of the cave, just on the edge of the darkness and the light. You guys can see something. You're not sure if any of the other orcs notice. You're guessing most of them probably don't because they're just having a grand old time. But you see something that's about the height of a Gretchen. Something small and short.
Can I take a closer look?
Give me an awareness test, please. It seems like it stops, and then it's clearly watching you guys, but you can just see like a silhouette or a shadow. 0 successes. That doesn't happen very often in this game.
Yeah. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3.
Oh wow, that's weird.
King shit, boys.
Okay. Does anybody else want to make the test?
Yeah. Good shot.
Yeah, go ahead. Anybody? I mean, you guys are watching clearly, so.
Yeah, it's just DN3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So Peppa, yeah, you can't quite see through all your tears over your broken big shooter.
Yeah.
But
That tracks.
but the other two, as you kind of squint your eyes, you focus on the darkness, and the shape maybe moves a bit. You see, this figure is up against the very edge, the very left-hand side of the cave, almost like they're kind of hiding and just peeking out barely where you can see like the right side of their body, you know, right side of their face. So just you see like one eye peering around the corner, and then they've got their hand around the side, and you can see like maybe down to their hip or leg. What you see is a human. It appears to be a human child, and this child has darker skin, like kind of like Middle Eastern, kind of like, almost like someone who had like a really bad sunburn, like not totally like African American, like more in the middle, but definitely darker than some of the guardsmen you saw, and what you've seen on the ship. And the clothes that it's wearing are unlike anything you guys have ever seen. Basically wearing what looks like some sort of tribal outfit. Basically, for lack of a better term, like a skirt or a loincloth of some sort. Some very simple animal skin foot coverings, maybe like sandals, and then you see a couple trinkets, like bone talismans hanging as a necklace or as jewelry, bracelets, and you see some very, very simple leather adornments as well, like straps around the arms, maybe a bag that this child is carrying, kind of like a sling bag, so it's got the strap over the shoulder and then like the pouchy bag, and they have all sorts of, for lack of a better term, it looks like henna tattoos, or henna markings. So you can't tell from here if it's actually a tattoo or something different, but it looks kind of like that. I'll show you an image of what this is obviously an adult, but to give you an idea of what this child might look like. And that is what you see staring at you with wide eyes.
Does it know I see it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh. I think, no, never mind. No.
Come on.
Oh, Grave Scorch is going to want to burn it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, it just popped up out of nowhere. He's like, oh. Yep.
I'm gonna, before Scorcha can burn it,
Okay.
I'm gonna go, come here, child.
Make me... well, you tell me. Are you trying to scare him? Are you trying to coax him, persuade him?
I mean, I'm an orc, and it's a kid, so I think anything I do is gonna be kind of
Well,
like...
you tell me.
I feel like it'd be intimidation.
Okay, roll intimidation then.
God damn.
Critical with 5 successes. Wow, 2 6s.
Okay. 3 dice.
All right. That's a resolve test, I believe.
I think so.
Which, The child screams in terror, ducking back into the cave. And you just hear him shouting over and over and over a single word that you don't understand because it's in a different language. But deep down, you feel like that he's screaming his culture's terminology for an orc or a greenskin. And that is where we end tonight's session.
Nice.
So, we shall see next week what awaits in the tunnels as the Grave Scorcher likes to try to murder children. So,
Grave Scorcher was about to commit a war crime.
I mean, I don't blame you. I don't like kids
It's
either.
an orc,
So,
right?
Yeah. Do
Um,
orcs follow the Geneva Convention? Probably not.
No, absolutely not.
Look, in terms of, and I have to stress this here, in terms of our group dynamic, if you're looking for smarts, Scorcha is just not the dude.
You do have intellect 4. That's
Actually, if we're doing the numbers here, dog,
I think you're the smartest one here.
Oh, so he is just actually a psychopath. Okay.
what's Ed Aka's intellect?
let me check. His intellect is also 4.
My intellect is also.
Okay, mine is 2. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Good times,
All
boys.
right. Yeah, so we'll see what happens next week, as you've clearly found the population of the planet. So, what crazy shenanigans awaits next week? Well, you'll have to tune in and find out as our adventures on the jungle planet Thentros continue, or the feral world, I should say. So, thank you, listeners, as usual, for joining us. Hope you enjoyed tonight's zaniness. And we'll be back same time, same place next week with more Greenskin goodness. Nighty night.